do I want to get a utility truck? No! I actually know what I want to get because I've been looking around and it's the rental car that I've been driving for the last week plus. I've been looking at the freaking ratings, the fuel mileage. I've gotten to test drive one of them, and it's the same like capacity and dimension, but longer than my old car, and it's still four-wheel drive, and it gets like upwards of 28 on the highway, which is way better than my old car. I found a used one for 24, but it's like, ooh, 2022 Volkswagen Tiguan. I've been using it for work, and my shit fits in the back of it, and damned if it isn't the nicest thing I've ever driven. Next to Jaguars, but there's no way. That's not practical. I know! Believe it or not, they've gotten their shit together after getting the hell kicked out of them by the feds for doing the whole Dieselgate thing with the GTI or the TDIs. The new ones are actually good. It's kinda square, and I love it. Friends that don't know, I am a freelance contractor. I do restoration work, so I have a lot of tools that I transport quite frequently. Hence why I can't use a four-door sedan, mind you. I gotta admit, I used to hate on Volkswagen back in the day. The late 80s, early 90s Volkswagens were shit. They were just, no, don't touch it for $5. I've been driving one for like the last week, and I love it to death. It gets amazing fucking gas mileage with tools in it, which I'm like, damn, for an all-wheel drive, girl, what the fuck? It's got the turbo. That thing has like 8 fucking gears in it. On the highway, you don't hear it. It's so quiet, and you're doing like 70, and she's like 30 miles to the gallon. I'm like, what witchcraft are you guys? I have like 1,000 pounds of tools in the back of this thing, and it's just not even sweating it. Like, bruh, because everything else is either too bubbly, too expensive, or too small, or too big. The 4Runner, way too expensive. The RAV4, way too expensive. Any Honda, way too expensive. The cheapest ones start at 30 grand. Exactly, it looks a lot like my old one. It's ever so slightly bigger on the inside, but like it's the same dimensions. It's not rounded off. It actually has like, you know, corners. But like no one else has anything that size and shape with that good of mileage. And having been driving it, I fucking love that thing. Normally, I would not advocate owning a VW because I'm a Subi fan. I've owned tons of Subarus. I love my Hondas because they're Legos. Toyotas are fine. They're cockroaches. They'll run forever. But bro, if you go look on any website right now in your area, look at Honda, Subaru, Toyota versus VW. Look at the prices that they're charging. It's out of sight. The fucking Civics start at 30, 40 grand. The Civic, the car that was meant to be the economical beater that you got your college kid for like 15 grand, and they're like 30. Like, whoo! Got your Prius for 40K, 40K. 6 years ago, 40K. Oh my lord. If it was 40K 6 years ago, what the fuck are they charging now? God, all the cars I've owned, the one I kicked myself in the ass the most about is my RX-7. I had a late 80s RX-7 GXL with a 13B. And granted, it wasn't the twin turbo, but I fucking loved that car, and it was cool as shit to boot. It was the only car I ever owned with flip-up headlights. You could make them blink if you did the switch fast enough. You could make them go whew, whew, whew. The 2000s were a different time. You see, this was before social media really existed. So yeah, sorry, all this car talk has been on my brain. I appreciate you guys for like listening and hanging out. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it.